Hello, welcome to this update. Let's just see what's kind of happening with typhoon shanshan. So it's there now in the ocean near some southern islands of Japan there. So like that island Ogasawara there has some gusty winds, and the typhoon is just to the south. So now the forecast has done something weird because shows a typhoon getting to a very strong typhoon there, up to 195 km/h sustained winds by Monday. So very strong typhoon, but it shows it becoming like an extra tropical cyclone as it gets towards Japan there. And the track is still kind of the same, but let's see, before it showed it make landfall there around Mamamatsu. Now it's showing me make landfall around Tokushima, way further south, around Muroto and those areas, as an extra tropical cyclone. But it will be like a very strong extra tropical cyclone because there'll be a bunch of rain and strong winds associated with it. It won't be like a violent category 4 typhoon, but it will be a big cyclone with a bunch of rain, some storm surge and gusty winds. So let's kind of see what the forecast says. So shanshan will move northwestward while under the steering influence of a weakening ridge to the east. In 12 to 24 hours, the system will continue under the influence of the steering around the ridge, and the end of the forecast period tracking the system mainland Japan in 3 to 4 days. So the system's forecast to resume intensification slowly in the next 12 hours as wind shear drops to moderate levels like 15 to 20 knots, and wind shear will continue to decrease as the cell continues west, allowing for more dramatic intensification while in a favorable environment of low-end wind shear, warm sea surface temperatures, and strong upper-level divergence. After 3 days, the system will interact with an upper-level trough extending over the Sea of Japan, which will initiate some extra tropical transition. So let me show you here. Wait. Regions here. Western Pacific. So let's see if it shows here it approaching, and kind of that trough there that might help to weaken the system to an extra tropical cyclone. So let's see. Wind. Wait, let's see here. So this is better. It shows the cyclone there, then that's trough like extending to the Sea of Japan, kind of pulling this and getting caught along with that front there. So you can see it goes from a big typhoon into a cold front because of that trough. So let's see what else they say. So the increase of wind shear interaction with land and ETT will cause the weakening to start after 3 days. They will continue at the end of the forecast period when the system becomes fully extratropical in 5 days. So let's see. So please be careful with our issues and kind of becoming extratropical before landfall, but still a very strong system. The hurricane models still have this making landfall like very strong there. So let's see. Wait here. So let's see the HRF, because this is the hurricane model. It still shows like when it's about to approach Japan around 926, like major to super typhoon, but this model tends to exaggerate a little bit. But but it will probably be weaker than this because you'll be almost turning like extra tropical. But we'll see. There's the other hurricane model that also shows a similar thing, like very strong violent typhoon before it comes in, and then it starts dying off. But the hurricane models are still showing something very strong. And you notice the radical change in the track, because yesterday it was forecast to make landfall up there and now it's down there. So a really radical change in the track there. But let's see, but uh, regardless if it's a typhoon or an extratropical cyclone, those coastal areas there, let me show you better. Around these areas there, just southeast of Osaka, near Tokushima, and those areas might have some very nasty waves, very strong winds, and storm surge, and very dangerous conditions there. So let's see the waves, for example, and also that the rip current risk goes almost all along the coast of Japan there. The risk of dangerous surf rip currents. So the European has this come even more south, like scraping the southern portion of Japan there, with some very big waves. Let's see. So upwards to 6 meters, then it keeps going there, some 8 meters, it keeps going, and then around some 3 meters and goes away. But the track on the European is a little bit weird. So the GFS has it going there, makes landfall right where I showed you in these areas near Tanabe, Shingo, Tokushima, Wakanaba. So right around those areas there. And the GFS is like 12-meter waves along the coast there. So this will be very troubling if this happens. Might be some very dangerous coastal flooding, very dangerous conditions. So please be aware of this. And the waves will be high all the way north to almost Tokyo. So all of those areas with higher waves and currents, be careful with rip currents, the seas, and even the swells from this might give some nasty currents further south. So please be careful there. And then the GFS, as it keeps going, bring some other bigger waves further north. And yeah, so please be careful. And regardless if this is tropical or extra tropical, in both ways it will dump more than 300 millimeters of rain in some southern parts of Japan there. Might be some nasty flash flooding, more than 150 millimeters in Tokushima, even in Hamamatsu, 166 or 115 millimeters. Let's see, 133, 179 millimeters. So a lot of very dangerous rainfall. Even in Yakushima, more than 100 millimeters. Let's see, 179 millimeters. Shizuoka, 170 millimeters. Even to central Japan, 87, 100 millimeters. Tokyo is quite fine, but the rest of Japan, not much. So this will leave a lot of heavy rain in most of south central Japan. So all those areas have to be careful with flooding. Don't drive through flooded roads. Secure your house from flooding and be careful. So that was the European model. Now it's the GFS. So let's see. The GFS is more than 197 millimeters, where this makes landfall, 200 millimeters there, 191. Let's see, around Osaka. It has a little bit less there, but in those other cities just to the south, 207, 240 millimeters. Naka, 238 millimeters. So please be careful. Hamamatsu, 148. Let's see, Tokai, 122. Nagoya, 118 millimeters. So 155 millimeters further north, even to Tokyo has 86 millimeters, 149 millimeters in Chiba. So please be careful there, especially where this makes landfall. There'll be some nasty flooding, and the icon has a similar thing too, where this makes landfall around Shingo, Moroto, those areas. It shows more than 192 millimeters of rain, 198, let's see, 146. So the icons are a little bit different, but there'll be heavy rain practically all of those areas there. So please be careful. Let's see. There's this other high resolution model that doesn't go far out enough, but you get the idea. There'll be some very dangerous rain there and some flooding. So please be careful. There'll be some rain warnings, flash flood advisories, and everything there. I'll leave a link to the description where you can see the weather alerts in Japan there. So please be safe. Now the wind gusts, it depends on the model, because each model has a different strength and a different path. So the European has this coming like southern Japan, and then going like northeast, northwest. So it shows some areas close to 160 km/h gusts there around Tsukumo, and some areas. Then it keeps going past there like more than 182 km/h gusts, more Uto close to 135 km/h gusts, and 85 124 km/h gusts, Osaka 114 km/h gusts. So very strong winds in all of those areas there, all of those areas. So please be safe. Then it goes further north, 78 73 km/h gusts. Be careful with those very strong winds, it can be dangerous. Even Tokyo, some 82 km/h gusts possible. Later, by Wednesday, let's see. The GFS has a kind of a different path, but it has going there, make landfall right in this area there, around some 149 km/h gusts, and in other areas like Kyoto 111, Nagoya 104 km/h gusts. In all of those areas there, very strong winds. So that'll be very dangerous. Be careful of those winds, and if this is stronger, those winds will be stronger too. So we'll have a better idea as this gets closer, but make preparations there and do what you can to stay safe. So please stay safe there, and we'll make another update tomorrow or later about this system. So please stay safe. But now, if you're watching from India or Pakistan, we have a very dangerous situation for Western India there. Shows upwards to 500 millimeters on the European in some towns of Western India, because of a very robust low pressure system there. We bring some torrential rainfall to Western India, southern Pakistan, more than 100 millimeters for southern Pakistan, of storms and rain. But there might be some big flooding in those areas because of all that rain. So please be careful. So this is until next 3 days, until Wednesday, shows 200 millimeters and something, but further south almost 400. Next 4 days, 491. The next 5 days, let's see, more than 500 there because of this system. So please be careful. Let's see the GFS the next 5 days. It has way less than the European, around 200 millimeters only, but in southern Pakistan as well. But please be careful. There'll be a lot of heavy rain and dangerous conditions. As you can see here, that low pressure system spinning north central India, and all that heavy rain northwestern India there, and southern Pakistan this week for Tuesday, Wednesday, even today already. So please be careful. There'll be some extremely dangerous rainfall there. And that was the GFS. The European has the heavy rain there, continues very heavy for Western India, southern Pakistan. So please stay safe there. That's a dangerous situation. And for the rest of Asia, it shows a very big system northern China, too close to Beijing, more than 100 millimeters near Beijing, 200 millimeters further south there. So be careful there too. Some rough conditions. In the Bay of Bengal, there's a lot of low pressures and and robust monsoon there. So in the next 5 days, there might be more than 170 millimeters of rain parts of the Nicobar and Andaman Islands. So please be careful there too. More heavy rain and thunderstorms expected these next few days crossing those areas. Through Myanmar, southern Myanmar, more than 100 millimeters, near the coast of Cambodia, southern Thailand and Vietnam, more heavy thunderstorms, some more storms through Thailand, Cambodia during the day, some might be heavier, and the western coast of India too, more than 100 millimeters, in the South China Sea, near those islands there, more than 186 millimeters, more heavy rain and thunderstorms in some parts of the Philippines, mainly the northern Philippines. Be aware there, like tropical weather, more in Malaysia and Brunei, Borneo, so be aware there. Pakistan, northeastern India, a little bit better, but still some more accumulation the next 5 days for more showers and storms, so be careful. More for northern India and Pakistan, a little bit more storms, some rain further north there. So stay safe in those areas. The GFS is also a lot of heavy rain there, but a little bit less than the European. The GFS is more for Bangladesh too. In parts of India, southern Vietnam, it has a lot as well, especially the South China Sea, near those islands and near the Philippines and Borneo. In Brunei there, next 5 days, more than 170 millimeters through Malaysia and Indonesia. So stay safe there. Warn others.